Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the chilling world of the X-Files, specifically the episode titled Familiar from Season 11. This episode introduces us to the eerie character of Mr. Chuckle Teeth, who serves as the main villain but isn't the only source of horror in the story. Mr. Chuckle Teeth is the unsettling mascot of a children's television show, and despite his creepy appearance, he's surprisingly popular among young kids. Our tale unfolds in the quiet town of Eastwood, Connecticut. One fateful morning, a boy named Andrew plays in the park with his Mr. Chuckle Teeth doll while singing the show's theme song. Meanwhile, his mother is distracted by a phone call and isn't paying attention to him. Suddenly, Andrew spots a life-sized version of Mr. Chuckle Teeth lurking in the nearby woods. He tries to alert his mother, but she remains engrossed in her conversation. When she finally hangs up, she discovers that Andrew has vanished. In a desperate search, she scours the park, but there's no sign of him. Meanwhile, Andrew follows the life-sized figure deeper into the forest, seemingly drawn in by its presence. Soon after, a malevolent force closes in on him, leaving us with a chilling cliffhanger. Hours later, the police launch a search party in the woods, with Officer Byers, who happens to be Andrew's father, taking part in the grim search. Eventually, Officer Wentworth discovers Andrew's remains, tragically torn apart by what appears to be an unknown predator. This grim discovery leads Agents Mulder and Scully to investigate, believing that dark forces might be involved in Andrew's violent death. The townspeople speculate that a hybrid animal, a mix of wolf and coyote, is responsible for the attack, given the region's history of such predators. During the examination, Scully notices a peculiar bite mark on Andrew's ankle. Meanwhile, Mulder visits Anna, a friend of Andrew's mother, and her daughter, Emily, who witnessed the boy's disappearance. He discovers that Anna owns some strange books related to witchcraft and the occult. While Mulder investigates, Emily watches the Mr. Chuckle Teeth show and tells them that the figure of Mr. Chuckle Teeth was in the woods when Andrew disappeared. As the episode progresses, we learn that Mr. Chuckle Teeth is not just a children's mascot, but a demonic entity capable of assuming various forms to lure its victims into violent and cruel deaths. Initially, it appears as the beloved character from the show, a large ventriloquist doll dressed in a black suit and shoes. Its oversized head, exaggerated eyes, and sinister grin give it a nightmarish quality, with its red jumpsuit standing out starkly against its monochrome design. This design pays homage to early cartoons and vintage TV shows. Interestingly, the demon never speaks, or at least chooses not to. Many fans speculate that it remains silent to lure children more easily and then brutally attack them. Its movements are bizarre and unnatural, almost as if it's constantly dancing, mimicking its antics from the show. While kids find him charming, adults can't help but feel he's downright creepy. But that's not all. The demon can also transform into a large wolf, described as a hellhound, allowing it to move quickly and attack its prey. It can even take on the appearances of townspeople to deceive potential victims. One of its alternate forms in the episode is another mascot from the children's show named Bibbletiggles, which resembles a sinister clown. As Mulder and Scully continue their investigation, the demon kills Emily, luring her away in the form of Bibbletiggle and leading her out of her home, where it devours her in its wolf form. The agents find Emily's body surrounded by a circle of salt, leading Mulder to suspect that someone in town had practiced witchcraft, summoning the demon responsible for the strange events plaguing the community. Ultimately, we discover that Sheriff Strong, Emily's father and Anna's husband, is having an affair with Diane, Officer Byers' wife and Andrew's mother. It also comes to light that the sheriff tampered with crime scenes using salt, hoping to mislead the investigation. He believes his infidelity is what summoned the demon, punishing him by killing his children. He draws this conclusion based on the town's dark history with witchcraft. In the town of Eastwood, residents prefer to avoid discussing their dark past. Mulder uncovers that certain areas of the town were once used for summoning demons and spirits from hell. Mr. Chuckle Teeth doesn't just target children. He also manages to kill Diane, the sheriff's lover. After a heated argument, Diane drives away, only to encounter the demon disguised as Andrew on the road, which terrifies her and leads to a car crash. The demon then lures Sheriff Strong out of a house in the form of Mr. Chuckle Teeth, catching him off guard. Unable to defend himself with his weapon, Sheriff Strong is brutally killed in the woods while searching for his wife. In a chilling moment, the demon appears in wolf form, attacking him from behind and annihilating him. In the end, we learn that while Sheriff Strong played a role in the tragedy, his sins didn't summon the demon. It was actually Anna, his wife, who unleashed the demon as part of a curse to seek revenge for his infidelity. Unfortunately, the curse backfired, and instead of punishing the sheriff or Diane, the demon targeted the people Strong loved most, starting with his children. Andrew and Emily became its first victims. Realizing her grave mistake, Anna attempts to break the curse, leading to her tragic death by spontaneous combustion. This seemingly ends Mr. Chuckle Teeth's killing spree, as both the demon and the dark magic are sent back to hell. Hours later, the police continue their investigation, and Scully hands one of the officers Anna's black magic book, which, surprisingly, didn't burn in the flames. With this, Scully and Mulder consider the case closed and decide to leave the town, fearing something even worse might happen. But the episode leaves us with a chilling ending. The camera pans over the empty park, focusing on a carousel that continues to spin on its own, hinting that Mr. Chuckle Teeth might still be lurking in the shadows. Now, it's important to note that Mr. Chuckle Teeth isn't the true main villain of the episode. The real antagonists are the parents of the murdered children. Their wrongful actions are what brought this demon into the world. In a tragic twist, they ultimately destroy their own families. The chaos and death unleashed by Mr. Chuckle Teeth starkly contrast with the townspeople's behavior, who wrongly accuse an innocent man with a dark past of the murders. Tragically, they lynch him in a misguided attempt to serve justice, despite his innocence in the children's deaths. This contrast brilliantly reveals who the real monsters are in this harrowing story. Regarding the creation of Mr. Chuckle Teeth, writer Benjamin Van Allen shared that he was inspired by unsettling children's television characters. He explained, "I've always been creeped out by children's television characters, like the Teletubbies. There's another show that inspired the Bibbletiggles, as we call them in the episode, called Boobas. Many kids' shows make you think, holy shit, how am I letting my kid watch this?" Van Allen drew from numerous BBC children's shows, where mascots, while seemingly cheerful, often hid something darker behind their smiles. This unsettling feeling played a key role in shaping the design of Mr. Chuckle Teeth. What do you think about the true nature of Mr. Chuckle Teeth and the real villains in this episode? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.